Hi guys, welcome back. I am Captain Foley.
Sad day
Is it
for
though?
us. Well, maybe. It's a sad day for some, as the intelligence agency, known as Section 31, known by the entire Federation as the peacekeepers and those that do what must be done. Some disagree, some agree. Section 31, Stuart, might be coming to an end. The world famous agency, and I'm not even being sarcastic, this is what it is in this timeline. Well known agency might not exist anymore after TOS. Until DS9. Stuart, is Section 31 done for? Until DS9.
You know what? I think that's a distinct possibility. And the reason I say so is because last time we got the indication that about 30 Section 31 ships were coming in. Almost their entire fleet, we were told. So there's that. Also the fact that the one Control ejected everybody into space on the one ship. Very likely that happened on all the ships. We do know that Giorgio survives. So, of course, there are going to be some Section 31 members that do survive. Tyler, Giorgio. But yes, as a whole and as the public face of Section 31 after this battle, I have a feeling that they're going to pretty much be decimated. I think most of the crews are dead already because Control's already ejected them. So, yes, I think as an upfront public entity, Section 31 has died. However, there will be operatives that are still alive that are going to make it. They're going to work in the shadows, be clandestine, and just do their thing as they should, because it should never have been this public.
Well, I mean, the nice thing about storytelling is that if you plan reasons, it can make sense. So if they went into the season saying, we're going to take this really cool entity, use it in our discovery fullest way, not make sense in comparison to the greater universe, and then in the same season close the door and explain why, and then it becomes a really cool plot device. And I think I called that maybe 5 episodes in, and probably that's like they're going to destroy it because they can't make such a radical change, because every episode we saw them, it got more and more clear this was just everyone knew about them. It's not secret in any way. I mean, maybe it's not like known to everyone, but why would you know about the biology department of section 12? That's not a thing, but you know what I mean. Like, you wouldn't know everything as a Starfleet officer. But look at what's happened. Section 31 doing great. They helped in the Klingon War, and then oh dear, the Control, which they ramped up evolution of, to make it better post Klingon War, and within a few months it kills every admiral on their headquarters. So that's now the leadership dead. Boom, gone, and it does its own mission for a bit. And then you're right, it takes over Leland, which proves that could be done. And it kills/converts all the crews. I'm going to say there's probably at least one living one person on each ship that's been taken over, because you still need someone to, you can't repair everything internally with the ship's computer. You might have to have someone to do something manual. So I'm sure at least one person on the ship survived. So I'm assuming every single ship has been dealt with by Control. I think that's, it knows that's the most important thing. And every crew has been killed except maybe one person in each ship. Most of the battle is going to happen with these ships. And at that point, then you've lost your higher ups, all of your basic operatives, and you still got those in the field. But from an organization of thousands, hundreds, you're now down to dozens, and no leadership and no fleet. I can see very much, just like at the end of season 1, they intended to have the scene with Giorgio and Leland say, join Section 31. Then season 2, I bet we're going to have a shot, or even deleted scene, where Cornwall says to whoever's, maybe even Tyler, whoever says, okay, Section 31's dead, but we're going to make the new Section 31. We're going to be fully covert. Publicly, you're gone. Privately, we'll make you better than ever. We think, you got too big. That's why you're able to fail. And that'll be actual dialogue in the season, and then that'll be like lead in, So that's my view. It feels like a very natural progression of, because I mean, what other force can you use where you can have AI control them as ships are very powerful? I mean, it's a very logical thing to have Section 31, because if you took over Federation ships, then there's too many questions. But if you create the situation and then finish it, boom, they gave themselves a sort of an easy villain that gets defeatable and never talked about again.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I totally buy that, because as we said when they first came in, this can't be maintained, because we know in Enterprise they were kind of unheard of, and Deep Space Nine is very clandestine. with just seeing Sloane, really. Because so it leaves in mind, like, how big is Section 31? It's got that mystery to it in Deep Space Nine. Then, of course, they had the retcon into Enterprise, and it's like, oh, did you really have to do that? No, not really, but okay, fine.
But it was real gentle. Like, it was the least it could
be
for storytelling, so I thought it was absolutely fine.
Yeah. But, and then, of course, it shows up here, and it's just like, hey, look at my badge. I'm Section 31. It's like, well, okay, well, that's awesome. So, yeah, and considering that almost the entire fleet, and Control would do this, Control would send in all available resources to protect itself, or to allow itself to evolve, or whatever. So I can see, yes, every one of the ships, a majority of them at least, getting wiped out. Will Section 31 survive? That's, I guess, another question in some form.
Well, we know they do. And like you pointed out, we see Giorgio obviously still around, although she's in a new uniform, which implies that maybe she's sort of doing her own thing a bit more. She's been sort of similar uniforms the entire time, but, I mean, if there's no Section 31 really left to be part of, then she can feel free to be her own entity again. Tyler was always kind of a convert, Well, I could see that if he truly believes in the cause, it'd be kind of a fun way of having his character also put to bed, have him be in charge, because he believes in it for the right reasons, and he understands slightly more everything's grey. I can be both Tyler and Vok. I can both, hate humans because of Tyler, because of Vok, and also be a human and hate Klingons, but also balance them. I can be in love with two. And
we got that vibe in the last episode where he justified himself to Burnham for why he was in Section 31. To protect the Federation. Don't always agree with everything they do, because she said every time, presenting yourself with Section 31, you're making a statement about your ideals, and there was a whole nice conversation around that. So I do like that tie-in as well. But I know Section 31 show is going to be a thing.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
So
I don't think it's been green lit yet in terms of hasn't actually got a series order
true.
yet. But
so we got Giorgio, we got Tyler at least. Probably Cornwall. I think she'll have a role in it as well. She'll be the new leadership. She'll be like the one admiral that kind of knows what the hell's going on. I didn't like the fact that there were 4 of them that knew what was going on. I'm glad that was quickly explained, or they got killed and that Control was using their images. And yeah, it's cool if those are the only admirals that were aware of Section 31 and kind of pulling the strings, and now they're dead, because that does separate Section 31 from Starfleet Command.
Although, do you remember one was a logic extremist? Great choice, an extremist.
Maybe sympathizing with them, but I don't think she would have been a logic extremist in Starfleet as an admiral.
That's why it was confusing, Stuart, at the time.
So yeah, I do like the severance of the command structure, but from Section 31 to Starfleet in that regard. So it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out, and I think they definitely have a good reset button to press right now to fix things in that regard. So let's see how they handle it.
So we could very well get a case of all the ships get blown up. One is not fully blown up. Giorgio beams onto that, gets the holographic thing back on. Everyone else sees the battle. Tyler comes back on a shuttle, docks, and she's like, Giorgio's like, let's begin anew, Tyler. And he's like, okay.
Well, I can see them beaming aboard beaming aboard one of the ships to take it out, and everyone else assumes it got destroyed, but it limps away at the end of the battle, and everybody thinks they're dead. Perfect way to end it, by having their characters be dead.
But like you say, you've got a full show about it theoretically, and it would work if it was just a clandestine organization, but not if it's the uber secret organization, which it needs to be, because then really you're just having Giorgio pretending to be a normal officer, walking around, but actually
she wouldn't be in Starfleet. She wouldn't be on a Starfleet ship. She'd be like a spy. She'd be behind enemy lines all the time in disguise, doing James Bond type stuff. That would definitely work as a series.
Expensive though, because you got to build lots of new sets.
As long as she doesn't really run into people that know her very well, as far as Starfleet goes, or assume that she's dead, she can do a bit of a disguise. I don't know. There's different ways to handle it for sure.
Yeah. And then I could see that. So kind of like we're gonna actively go and espionage our way into these 3 other races, because at the end of the season you get a dialogue and Cornwall's like, the Gorn are developing new plasma weapons, and Giorgio's like, I'll go deal with those damn dinosaurs. And
it opens up perfectly to bring the Romulans into this era, to have them infiltrate Romulus. because we don't really see the Romulans until TOS, right? So,
although then I'm fine with Section 31 knowing what they look like and such, but then you create the secondary problem of, well, you haven't seen the Romulans in this many years, and you don't look like. I mean, if Section 31 knew the entire time and knew their ship layouts, knew the cloak and all this stuff, it again devalues TOS again. That is what they do in Discovery, but
a little bit,
so it's certainly in character with the show, but that's the thing. We won't even know what Section 31 is, the show, until it actually is remotely being made. I don't think even they know necessarily. I think they're still pitching story days. That's why they're still, waiting to see.
Yeah.
But hey, I think on summary though, Stuart, yes, Section 31 is coming to an end in the way it's been presented in TOS, the absurdly open intelligence agency version. Because the admirals are dead, the people are dead, the ship's destroyed, the whole selling point of it, control is gone, as in will be, and the freelancers that we've joined this, within 1 year, Tyler and Giorgio aren't exactly the best recruits of the universe. So make a new Section 31. I was gonna make a Futurama joke that I made online with you, but I'm not gonna make it. It's a bit inappropriate for the show. But you know what I'm talking about.
I wonder if one of the ships, Section 31 ships, is going to have a registry NCC-007. Dun dun dun. Wouldn't that be funny? Just as a little Easter egg. But anyway, yeah. As always, guys, put your thoughts down below in the comments section. We do love reading them. Plus, we love when you guys interact with each other and have good conversations back and forth. It builds a great community. And if you want to be a better part of that community, you can join our social media. Lots of links to that in the description. Facebook, Discord. Lots of ways to interact with other members and ourselves, including lives, where you can help the channel, support the channel by super chatting. But one of the best ways to support the channel, of course, is to share this video around with people you think would enjoy it. Don't forget to subscribe. You got to be subscribed. It helps, trust me. And if you're subscribed, you might as well be notified. So click the notification icon at the same time. And one of the absolute easiest ways, whenever you watch one of our videos, to help us out analytically is to click like. Small little thing, really quick and easy to do, but very important in the long run. So if you could do all of those things, that'd be greatly appreciated. But there are other ways to help this channel.
Well, yes, Stuart says all normally the free ways, because each of those ways is thoroughly important and takes no time, takes no effort, and it does make a difference. But if you want to support us directly because you like what we do, like what we're planning to do, because we always plan to do new cool things, you can support us with a bit of financial aid. Anything and everything helps, either by Patreon, the monthly service, again it's a subscription sort of thing, so a little bit every month goes a long way, or a one-time donation at trekyards.com for anything 5, 10, 20, 100 million, whatever you want to give, preferably the last one, or buy a shirt, buy an Eagle ship again via the code Trekyards at checkout, always helpful. And there's ways you can spend a few dollars to help out the show you like, hopefully love, and hopefully want to see come out again and again and again.
That's right. So until next time, when Section 31 has been destroyed and disbanded, and it's just us behind the scenes pulling the string. You know who I am. Bye, guys. You think you do, but you don't.